Okay, so escape velocity denoted by VE, escape velocity, right? So what was our expression? What was the logic here? When the object enters the space, when the object enters the space after escaping gravitational pull of Earth, where it does its gravitational potential energy go? It is converted into kinetic energy. So that gravitational energy, we had derived the expression that was gmm by r, and kinetic energy, you know, that is half mv square. Kinetic energy is half mv square. This was radius of Earth, so we denoted by capital R, and I told you that we have to drop negative sign because kinetic energy cannot be negative. So we have dropped negative sign, only the magnitude we are dealing with. All right. So what will be the expression for escape velocity from here? M gets cancelled. This is escape velocity VE. So its formula is under root 2gm by r. And if you use the formula of acceleration due to gravity, g is gm by r square, you can substitute gm equal to gr square here. So let us put it here under root 2 gr square over r. One r gets cancelled and we get one more formula of escape velocity under root 2 gr. So note down two expressions for escape velocity under root gm by r and under root 2 gr. Here g is small. All right, and now we are going to calculate its value for planet Earth. Okay, let us calculate it for Earth. So put the values, let us put the values in this formula. It will be very easy. Under root 2 gr, we know g is 9.8 and radius of Earth is 6400 kilometer or 6.4 into 10 raised per 6 meter. On solving, you get the value 11.2 kilometer per second. So this is the value of escape velocity for planet Earth. This is the value of escape velocity for planet Earth. That is 11.2 kilometer per second. 11.2 kilometer per second, that is the value of escape velocity for planet Earth. So it depends upon mass of the planet and radius of the planet. It also does not depend upon the mass of the object that has been projected. Okay, escape velocity minded does not depend upon mass of the object that has been projected up. So it will remain same for all types of masses, whether heavier, whether lighter. All the objects will reach the space at the same time if they are thrown with, if they are projected with this escape velocity. So for projecting any object from Earth, you need the value of velocity 11.2 kilometer per second. Okay, let us calculate it for moon, for example. There, you know, moon g is g by 6. So this value also gets reduced. And for moon, the value is quite less. Only about 2.4 kilometer per second. So note it down. What is the value of escape velocity for moon? That is 2.4 kilometer per second. And we have a conceptual question based on this concept also, that why moon has no atmosphere. So we can answer on this basis. Moon has no atmosphere because of very small value of escape velocity, 2.4 kilometer per second. So it could not hold even its gases. All the gases escaped from its surface. Because of small value of escape velocity, all the gases escaped from the surface of moon. So that's why moon has no atmosphere. So this is a conceptual question based on this concept. All right, I hope that logic is clear to you. Now one more question you can write, one more conceptual you can write on the basis of escape velocity. So write down a cat, a dog and an elephant. A cat, a dog and an elephant are projected up from the surface of Earth are projected up from the surface of Earth with escape velocity. Are projected up from the surface of Earth with escape velocity. So I repeat, a cat, a dog and an elephant, they are projected up from the surface of Earth with escape velocity. Which one of these will reach the space earlier? The question is, which one of these will reach the space earlier? कौन पहले पहुंचेगा? So who will tell me the answer? Raise hand. Any ideas regarding this? You have the expression of escape velocity in front of you. So who will tell me which one out of these three will reach the space earlier? Yes, anybody with the answer? Shivam Sharma. Okay. Where is Shivam Sharma? He is not here. So I tell you the answer. All will reach the space at the same time, because I told you escape velocity is independent of mass of object that is projected. So cat, dog and elephant, we know they will have different masses, but since escape velocity is independent of mass of the object that is projected, so that's why they will all reach the space at the same time. Simultaneously they will reach the space. Alright, so this point must be clear to you that escape velocity is independent of mass of the object that has been thrown. Alright, got the point? So this was all about escape velocity. Now we come to a different concept. We come to orbital velocity, a new type of velocity. This is about the satellites. So let us do the details of satellites. What is the principle of launching of satellites? How the satellites are launched and all. So write down what is a satellite first of all. You all know what is a satellite? It is a heavenly body that revolves around the planet in a definite orbit. Okay, what is a satellite? It is a heavenly object that revolves around the planet and in a definite orbit. For example, moon is the natural satellite of Earth. Moon is revolving around the Earth, so that means it is the satellite of Earth. Alright, now what is the principle of launching of satellite? If we want any object to be launched, any satellite to be launched from a particular planet, how much velocity should be provided to it? So let us find the expression for that velocity, which is called orbital velocity. Alright, so give this a heading. Principle of launching of a satellite. Principle of launching of a satellite. Principle of launching of a satellite. You know, satellites are a sort of projectiles. Satellites are a sort of projectiles. Suppose this is Earth. Okay, this is center of Earth. This is surface of Earth. If we throw any object from here with certain initial velocity u, it will follow a parabolic path and strike somewhere here at a point, suppose. Okay. Now we project it with a little more horizontal velocity. It will cover a little more distance and it will strike a farther point. Now we provide such a velocity called orbital velocity, a minimum velocity called orbital velocity, such that for this velocity the object does not strike any point on Earth due to its curvature and starts revolving around it and becomes a satellite, then that velocity, minimum velocity, is called orbital velocity. Okay, so after the limit is over, there is a particular horizontal velocity that we can provide to a satellite, such that it doesn't strike any point on Earth due to its spherical curvature, and it starts orbiting around this planet Earth, and it becomes a satellite of Earth. So this is the principle of launching of a satellite. The satellite is launched from the surface of Earth just like a projectile, but the initial horizontal velocity that is provided to it must be at least equal to orbital velocity. We will be finding its value for Earth. Same way this value can be calculated for any other planet also. Right? So write down the definition of orbital velocity. So first expression we have to derive is orbital velocity of a satellite VO. So how do we define orbital velocity? Write down. And you also sum up the principle of launching of a satellite. You can write in words. So satellites are a sort of projectiles which when given a minimum velocity called orbital velocity, they start orbiting the planet. This is the principle of launching of satellites. Now write the definition of orbital velocity before we derive it. Write down orbital velocity VO. Minimum velocity, minimum initial horizontal velocity, minimum velocity provided in the horizontal direction. आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो. Minimum velocity in horizontal direction provided to an object required to put it in an orbit around the Earth. Required to put it in an orbit around the planet. Or in simple words, orbital velocity is the minimum velocity required to put a satellite into its orbit. Okay, minimum velocity required for a satellite, required to put a satellite into its orbit around the planet. So that velocity is called orbital velocity. Now before we derive an expression, let us draw a neat and clean diagram in which we have marked only orbital velocity that we want to find. So we are taking planet Earth, like its radius is r. Then we are taking satellite around the planet. Radius of orbit is small r. Its radius of orbit is small r, which is obviously greater than that of planet. And its height from the surface of Earth is h. H is height of satellite from the surface of Earth. So we will be finding that also. Okay, we will be finding that also. Is that clear? So first of all, let us find orbital velocity. Now you know what is the biggest driving force for satellite to revolve around the planet? That is gravitational force. Okay, so it is this gravitational force that provides the necessary centripetal force. So our main equation is centripetal force is equal to gravitational force. Main logic is centripetal force is provided by the gravitational force. Centripetal force, you know the formula is mv square upon r, and gravitational force between planet and satellite. Mass of planet is capital M, and suppose the mass of this satellite is small m. So we can write gravitational force gmm by r square. Obviously, radius of orbit of satellite will be used here. Distance between center of planet and center of that satellite is small r, not capital R. Okay, so this velocity is orbital velocity, and this velocity is orbital velocity that we want to find. Okay, m gets cancelled, 1r gets cancelled. So we get orbital velocity is under the root gm over r. And from the diagram you can see what is r equal to. R is capital R plus h. R is capital R plus h. So put it here. VO is under the root gm over r plus h. So this is the expression for orbital velocity. So you may be asked to derive orbital velocity. This is the required expression. So orbital velocity is under the root gm over r plus h. All right. Any doubt you can ask. If you are having any doubts, you can ask students. All right. Now let us calculate its value for Earth. So we have to assume, let us say that the satellite orbits very close to the planet of Earth. If we want to calculate value of orbital velocity, minimum value of orbital velocity for Earth, then we have to assume that let the satellite orbit very close to the surface of Earth such that h is negligible. So put h is 0 for a satellite orbiting very close to the surface of Earth. Okay, put h equal to 0 if the satellite orbits very close to the surface of Earth. If the satellite orbits very close to the surface of Earth. Surface of Earth or surface of that planet. So we can put h equal to 0 here. VO will be under the root gm over r. Now we can put in the values. Okay. Now we can substitute the values. G is 6.7 into 10 raised to power minus 11. Mass of Earth 6 into 10 raised to power 24 kilogram, and radius of Earth 6.4 into 10 raised to power 6. So you check the calculations. Tell me what is the answer. Yes, check the calculations and tell me what do you get. So that will be minimum value of orbital velocity. All right. So it comes out to be 7.92 kilometer per second, and we can say roughly it is 8 kilometer per second, much smaller than escape velocity for Earth. So the value of orbital velocity to put a satellite into its orbit, to launch a satellite from the surface of Earth is about 8 kilometer per second. Okay, so to achieve this velocity, how the satellites are launched? They are launched with the help of rockets. Okay, or a series of rockets are used one after the other if the satellite is carrying heavy payload. ठीक है, अगर उसका load carried heavy है, तो series of rockets is used to launch it and to provide it such a velocity. All right. So this is about orbital velocity of a satellite. Now let's find the expression for height of satellite. Height of satellite from the surface of Earth. That means we want to find h now. Okay, so give the second heading, height of satellite. H. Same diagram below. So second expression is height of satellite. And you know what is that height from? That height is from surface of Earth. So we are going to find height of satellite h from the surface of Earth. So how can we write time period of revolution of satellite? How can we write time period of revolution? Let us do this thing. Let us find time period of revolution first. After that, we will directly find h. So give this heading, time period of revolution. ये भी अभी हमने find नहीं किया. Time period of revolution, capital T. So that is, you know, by definition, it is the time taken by satellite to go once around the planet. It is time taken by satellite to go once around the planet. That is called time period of revolution. So time period is given by distance over speed of the satellite. It is given by distance upon speed. If we are taking one revolution, then distance covered in one round by the satellite will be 2 pi r. And speed of satellite already we have said that is orbital velocity. So that will be equal to time period. Okay, put the formula of orbital velocity now here. So T is 2 pi r and orbital velocity was under the root gm over r plus h. It was under the root Gm over r plus h. Also small r is r plus h. So 2 pi r plus h, invert that, under root r plus h over gm. I hope this step is clear to you. This small r is also r plus h, and this value r plus h comes in the numerator. All right. So on solving, we can write 2 pi. See this step very carefully. Can I write this as r plus h whole cube? Now, because when this r plus h will go inside the square root, it will get squared. One r plus h is already there, so it will become cube. I hope this step is also clear to you. Okay, so r plus h whole cube over gm. All right. Now gm again we can put equal to gr square to come at the arrived desired expression. So 2 pi under root r plus h cube over gr square. Take r square out of the square root. 2 pi by r under the root r plus h cube over g. This is the desired expression. In this form, we want the expression for time period of revolution of a satellite. So learn this expression. You have to learn this. Time period of satellite will be 2 pi by r under the root r plus h cube over g. This is the desired expression. All right. I hope this second part is also clear to you. Time period of revolution of a satellite around the Earth. All right. Now the third part I told you already, that is height of satellite from the surface of Earth. Nothing we have to do, just from this formula obtained for t, we have to find h. We have to take h out. That will be the expression. So third heading is time height of satellite from the surface of Earth. Height of satellite h. This height is from the surface of Earth. You can mention further. Height of satellite. So we got this expression of time period 2 pi by r under the root r plus h cube upon g. Square both sides. Squaring both sides. T square is 4 pi square over r square. R plus h cube upon g. I hope this step is clear to you. I have just squared both sides. Cross multiplying r square g goes that side. T square r square g is 4 pi square r plus h cube. I have just cross multiplied now. Okay, just I have cross multiplied. We aim to find r out of it. Okay, h out of it. So r plus h cube will be t square r square g over 4 pi square. Next step, we take out r plus h cube equal to this. So how much will be r plus h? R plus h will be this raised to power 1 by t square r square g over 4 pi square raised to power 1 by 3. I hope this step is also clear to you. So how much will be h? This minus r. Okay. So h will be this thing minus r. So we write h t square r square g over 4 pi square raised to power 1 by 3 minus r. So this is a complicated expression, but you already know the formula of time period. So just after solving that, we have taken out h, just that we did. So this becomes the formula for height of satellite from the surface of Earth. T square r square g by 4 pi square raised to power 1 by 3 minus r. Okay. So we have found the height of satellite also from the surface of Earth. Height of satellite, this gives us from the surface of Earth. Any doubts, students? You may ask if you have any doubts. You can raise your hand. It's okay. All right. So now, are you aware of what are geostationary satellites? Geo means Earth, stationary or synchronous. They have some similarity to Earth. That means they have same time period of revolution as the time period of revolution of Earth around the Sun. That is Earth around its axis. That is 24 hours. Time period of revolution of a geostationary satellite is 24 hours. So we can calculate the height of geostationary satellites by putting t equal to 24 hours, but we have to convert hours into seconds first. So let us calculate the height of geostationary satellite, whose time period of revolution is always 24 hours. So let us do this calculation. For a geostationary satellite, time period of revolution is 24 hours, or 24 into 3600 seconds, that is 86400 seconds. You know that. Radius of Earth we know, g we know, pi we know, radius of Earth we know 6.4 into 10 raised power 6. So let us put in all the values to find the height of geostationary satellite from the surface of Earth. You have to do this calculation. Yes, start solving. I will ask the answer from you. It's a bit complicated calculation, but you have to solve. So you solve, then I'll tell you the answer. Yes, try solving this. Just roundabout idea you can give me. We are going to round out the result. Okay, so it comes out to be about 35,800 something. So we are going to round it off. The height of satellite, geostationary satellite from the surface of Earth is about 36,000 kilometers. So you will write the rounded off result. Height of geostationary satellite from Earth is 36,000 kilometers. So they are at a quite high height. They are at a large height from the surface of Earth. ठीक है, उनकी हाइट काफी ज्यादा है, सरफेस से काफी हाइट पे होती है. All right, so what is the height of geostationary satellites? 36,000 kilometer. And this may be asked from you that how you can calculate the height of geostationary satellites. So this logic must be clear to you. All right, students.